What it do? Welcome to the J-Boy Sports Podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And if you don't love it, please do that stuff anyway, because you could always help a brother out, and I would definitely help you out. Make sure that you hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our notifications, and make sure that you comment, because I love to have conversations with people in the comment section. I love to reply because ball is life. Jimmy Butler. Right? Jimmy Butler, we not done with you yet, sir. We not done with you yet, sir, because Dwayne Wade has decided to say something. Now, we know Dwayne Wade is heat culture, right? We know Dwayne Wade is heat culture, and on this channel, I like to get a lot of snippets from Dwayne Wade because he has a lot of knowledge about the game, man. You know what I mean? Wade has a lot of knowledge about the game, and whether you understand it or not, especially if you're a younger viewer, you may not get it, but Dwayne Wade is one of the OGs that is great, that's, you know, that's still around right now to talk about the game. Most of the basketball players that have ever played have never reached the level of Dwayne Wade. Prime Dwayne Wade is better than most of your favorite players. If you're a kid listening and you like PG, because somehow a lot of y'all like him, he wasn't touching Dwayne Wade in his prime. Wasn't touching him. So when Dwayne Wade speaks about basketball, right, air quotes, you should listen. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to basketball, and he's fairly honest. I rarely listen to it and don't agree with some of the basketball takes that he has and the honesty that he has in those basketball takes. He doesn't really sugarcoat things. So in this particular case, he's talking about Jimmy Butler. Now remember, to set this scenario up, right, he's saying Jimmy did not earn the money, and that's why ultimately Jimmy ended up on Golden State, and they did pay him, but he wasn't in Miami because of the money. It was more a money thing, right? But Wade is saying he didn't earn it in Miami. Now, remember, one thing I appreciate about Wade is that he's honest, and he doesn't seem to be a bitter person. Why do I say that? He had some problems with Miami at one point. And Dwayne Wade is Miami. He's the best player ever to play on Miami, all right? And for the Miami Heat. And he has Wade County, right, is a real place down there. And also, you know, he's Dwayne Wade in Miami Heat. He is the Miami Heat. That's what you think of when you think of Miami Heat, is Dwayne Wade, right? One of the first things you think about. But he had a little beef with them. He left for a little bit, came back, ultimately ended his career there. But even he was not using his bitterness, the problems he may have had with Pat Riley at one point and Eric Spoelstra. And he said, listen, and a lot of people alluded to this. They're like, oh, well, remember what happened to Wade? Maybe Pat Riley and Spo are not doing good things over there. Maybe they're the problem. And Wade said, hold on a second. This isn't like my situation. And how do we know that? Because he told us. So let's listen to what he has to say.
We're going to go with Golden State. I think the thing with Jimmy is I didn't like the way he just approached the game. Like, I know Jimmy is a pass-first guy. I know he's about getting his teammates the ball and want to see them shine. But it's a point where you're getting 60. Mm-hmm. This ain't working. You got to go. Yeah. He won't look at the basket. And I've seen this before. I've seen it in the Heat jersey. And so, you know, in the sense, like when Pat come out, Pat say, we didn't want to give you an extension. It's not always because of injury. Sometimes it's, I need to see what you're going to do in every moment, not just in one moment. We saw Jimmy in the bubble. He was off. He was a dog. Yep. I saw Jimmy in another finals too against the Denver Nuggets, and he did the exact same thing he did the other night. He did not look at the basket. Right. I don't want to see that. Like, Jimmy Butler is too good of a basketball player to not have his imprint on the game. And sorry, sir, when it's time for you to take.
Now, it got cut off a little bit at the end there. I don't know why in the clip that it does, but essentially what he's saying is, I'm sorry, sir, when it's time for you to take over, it's time to take over. And nobody knows that better than Dwayne Wade. I swear he shot like, he averaged like 16 free throws a game in the finals, the one they won against Dallas. Not on the super team that he lost to Dallas with. I'm talking about the time they beat Dallas when he had Shaq and Gary Payton and those guys, his first ring, without LeBron and Bosh. He went nuts, and he averaged like dang near, he had 16 free throws a game, which was giving him like dang near 30-something points a game. He was just getting to the line like crazy. So he knew what time it was. He knew when to put his head down and go when he had to. And what he's saying about Jimmy Butler here is that, yeah, Jimmy has shown flashes of being dynamic and great. He even did that this season with the Warriors. But then this is a comment coming after the series that they lost to the Timberwolves not too long ago. And Steph was out. Steph was hurt. But Jimmy, instead of taking that and kicking it up a notch, is barely looking at the basket. When you have a great player that you play with that's out, or even if you are the best player on your team, you can't afford to not be aggressive. Not looking at the basket and stuff like that. And listen, Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra aren't like everybody else. They're not kissing butts and holding hands and kumbaya out there. Pat Riley has, how many rings does Pat Riley have? He has at least 7 or 8, I think. He's got 2 with the Heat, 3 with the Heat, and he had 5 with the Lakers. I think he has 8 rings. There's very few people that have more rings than him. He's like 3rd or 4th all time in rings. You know, as a player coach or whatever. He's like 3rd or 4th. At least top 5. At least. I don't have all the numbers in front of me. The only people I can think of that won more than him are, I think, whoever was the coach of the Celtics when they were winning all them championships with Bill Russell. And some of those were Bill Russell as the coach. And Phil Jackson. And I think that's it. And then Pat Riley. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but that's who I think of. So, but Wade is hitting the nail right on the top of the head. He's being honest here. It's easy for him. His situation, he had a situation with Pat Riley and Spo, like I said, where they didn't pay him the money that he wanted. I believe they gave it to like Hassan Whiteside or somebody that is, respectfully, Hassan, you don't deserve Dwayne Wade money. I'm sorry, bro. I don't care what stage of your career you're at. You paid Dwayne Wade first, in my opinion. I'm sorry, Hassan. Glad you got your money, but nah. Not over D Wade. No, sir. And that caused some problems, and he ultimately left. He went to the Bulls. Then I think he went to the Cavs, and he went back to the Heat. He got back home at some point. But he even said, like, listen, you know, Pat is a straight shooter. He's going to look at you in all situations. And that's how, you know, I would do it too. Jimmy sometimes falls very, very short. As great as Jimmy can be, he can be equally as non-relevant. Because if you do have the ability to score 30, if you have the ability to do a 40-point triple-double, in the bubble against the Lakers, until they switched Anthony Davis on him, he put a 40-point triple-double on LeBron's head with ease and won that game. Never seen that from anybody. Not a 40-point triple-double. And a win. Not both at the same time. Jimmy did that. So when he wants it, it's there. But then there's so many games, the regular season, he comes out, nonchalants it, then tries to be, you know, playoff Jimmy, which I get, but then sometimes still is not looking at the basket. And he said, I get he's a pass-first player, but, you know, you got to put the team on your back, bro. You got to go out there and dominate and kill when your team needs it. You could, if you have the talent, whatever your team needs, you need to do that. And you know, this is one of the reasons I feel like, again, certain players, specifically players that are scorers, get overlooked. Allen Iverson. SGA nowadays, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, and people rarely overlook Michael Jordan, but the other guys definitely. And at the end of the day, okay, maybe they're not getting triple doubles, but the thing is, on offense, you're gonna have to kill him to stop him. You're gonna have to kill him. And to me, that's more of a winning strategy than coming out and, like Wade said, passing the ball around, going through the motions, not really putting the team on your back. Put the team on your back, man. Let's go. Get cooking. And that's part of the reason Pat Riley was like, nah, I don't think so. And I'm pretty sure, and there was other things, obviously, as well, but I got to say, I understand Dwayne Wade's message here, and if this is part of what Pat Riley was thinking, I get it. And I think Jimmy Butler's like 34, 35, so he's not like young. Even though players are playing forever now. LeBron's 40, Steph's 37, KD's 36. And I don't see nothing. They may not be their prime selves, but it's not a huge drop-off, right? So players are playing longer. So Jimmy very well could have got that money, but, you know, we just watched him in the Warriors-Wolves. What was he averaging? Jonathan Kuminga came out and played harder on, you know, to score. And Kuminga's not making anywhere near the money that Jimmy, I think, just got $40 million a year. Kuminga ain't getting that on the Warriors. So, I don't know. So we'll leave it at that. What do you think, man? How do you feel about this? Do you think that Pat Riley's tripping and Dwayne Wade is just being a good lap boy or something like that? Or do you think Wade is speaking with his chest, not being fearless and saying what the real is, and Pat Riley did the same thing? Me personally, I'm going to go with the second thing I said, with the latter. I think that Wade hit it on the head, and I get what Pat Riley's thinking if this is the case, because I see it in Jimmy Butler as well. Not saying he's a bad player, but that's what I see. So thank you very much for listening this long. I appreciate you. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Make sure that you comment, because I love to have conversations and reply in the comment section. Ball is life. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our great videos. Also, make sure that you hold on for a second as this video is ending to listen to some of our other great suggested videos that we know you will love. Appreciate your time. Very thankful. Very humble. Much love.